Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome as always to our programme, which ranges far and wide tonight in search of the best of today's football action. And it's one of those fortunate afternoons when the matches we feature involve clubs chasing goals from first whistle to last. From Pittodrie Park, for example, Aberdeen pushing their thoughts of Europe out of the way until the spring to concentrate on the race for the championship. Their opposition today, St Mirren.
Looking for McGhee. Strachan waited. Off the crossbar.
And the European champions themselves, Aston Villa, took on Manchester United in a thriller.
Mirren's cross. Pulls it Moses. Brilliant save by Jimmy Rimmer.
And we'll also have the goals from the All-London match at White Hart Lane between Spurs and West Ham. And later in the programme, I'm at the news desk with the big sports stories of the day. We'll also be meeting the first of the finalists in our Young Sports Personality of the Year competition, 17-year-old Jackie Montgomery from the Ladybank Golf Club in Fife.
Thanks, Graham. Well, with 10 goals plus news and comment to get into the next hour, let's get straight to our first match, the game at Pittodrie between Aberdeen and St Mirren. Saints were looking for their first away win of the season here. Indeed, they had scored only one goal on opposition territory before today's match. Aberdeen were the favourites, but let's see how it all worked out as we join Jock Brown at the ground.
Gordon Strachan plays in that interesting Aberdeen lineup, which is Mark McGhee partnered by Eric Black up front. The change being that Peter Weir drops out to be replaced by Doug Bell, who'll operate in his place in midfield against his former colleagues. Alec Ferguson signing him from St Mirren on a free transfer 3 years ago. St Mirren manager Ricky McFarlane gives a vote of confidence to the 11 who lost 5-0 to Celtic last week, with Billy Stark a key man in midfield. St Mirren start the match with a very poor away record in the league this season. They've only scored one goal in 5 matches away from home, and they haven't got an away victory. A little bit of tussling at the start between Richardson and Simpson. McLeish winning the high ball from Sumner. Tony Fitzpatrick. McAvenny. Abercrombie. Rugby is scoring it behind, but Aberdeen's goal kick. Miller trying to release Strachan. Strachan's shadow in the opening stages has been Tom Wilson. There they are together. Breaking the ball, pulling for Sumner. Now McAvenny. Abercrombie. Stark switching to the left for St Mirren. Fulton coming up in support in midfield. Fitzpatrick. Late under that with McAvenny. That was almost in. It was Richardson who had the chance and Miller blocked it. Strachan back to Kennedy. Blocked by Wilson. Good change of direction by McGhee. Spinning away from Copeland, and that's a corner kick to Aberdeen. Good piece of running that by Mark McGhee. So you see a deserted end of the field, the beach end now at Pittodrie, largely empty. That should be populated by visiting supporters. Great effort by Mark McGhee, just over the top. Well, that's a great twisting header by McGhee, trying to keep the ball down, didn't quite make it, but it would have been a fine goal. Well, McLeish has won most of the early battles in the air with Sumner. This time Rugby's up well. Fitzpatrick linking with Sumner. Now Abercrombie. Rugby's interception to Black. Simpson over carrying it. Bell to Simpson. Chance to go through the middle. He's got Black out on the left. That's for Eric Black. McGhee coming in from the far corner of the box, and look at that tackle. Well, that was a desperate challenge in Eric Black by Steve Clark. The Aberdeen players incensed, but referee Bob Valentine will take his own action. Black coming in to take on Steve Clark, seemed to be getting away from him, and then came that dreadful tackle. Strachan's free kick. Well taken by Thompson, a lot of pressure applied by Doug Rugby. Stark turning it back, Bell going forward in determined fashion, gets his reward. He's got Cooper close to him. McGhee out on the left. Fulton at full stretch. And Copeland taking no chances. Gordon captain marking Mark McGhee. And McGhee trying to turn. Good tackle from Copeland, back towards Cooper. Well, it wasn't a bad shooting chance on the edge of the box, but Cooper never quite did a grip of it. Punched on by Simpson to Black. Support now from Cooper. Miller looking for Bell in space on the right midfield. Copeland coming to meet him. Still Bell. Towards Cooper. And the pass from Neil Simpson giving Cooper another good shooting chance on the edge of the box. Bell coming in from the right, playing it into Simpson. The first time pass, giving Cooper that shooting chance, which he might have done more with. Sumner gets the touch. Stark asking too much of Lex Richardson through the middle. Mark Fulton playing it back. Good challenge by Simpson on Fitzpatrick, but Clark is there before Eric Black. Bell this time crowded out by Abercrombie and Richardson. Good recovery again by Bell. Black on the left, McGhee waiting in the middle. There's Cooper. Unlucky again, Neil Cooper, has had 3 good attempts in goal. Had very little time with that one, taking the pass inside from Black. Letting fly on the stride with his left foot just wide of the post. Now Stark. Sumner peeling off to the left. McAvenny waiting in the middle. Stark joining him now. Good dummy. There's McAvenny trying to go outside Rugby. Now that could be a penalty. No, the referee waving the claims aside. Well, now that must have been quite a tight situation, that. Rugby making the challenge on McAvenny. Certainly appeared to clip the striker. And the referee waving play on. McGhee forward to Black. Aberdeen's corner kick. Thompson organising his defenders. And they certainly have been very diligent so far in the match. Strachan with a kick. Black is up! Superb goal by Eric Black. For 5 minutes to half-time, Eric Black picks up his 8th goal of the season, and that epitomises his ability in the air. Strachan's corner kick. Now this is what Eric Black is so very good at. The near post leap, beautifully timed, and no chance at all for Billy Thompson. Kennedy. Strachan taking up good position ahead of him. The cross was deflected. That'll be a corner kick, I think. Yes. Off the corner flag, behind for the corner. And Aberdeen now have a late chance to make it 2 before half-time. Black again, hovering around that near post area. Can't believe this St Mirren defence will be caught out again. But Strachan takes the corner kick. Black is there. This kick from Mark McGhee. And the half-time whistle goes. The scorer of the only goal of the first half, Eric Black, with that marvellous leap to head in the only goal 5 minutes before the interval. So Aberdeen, after a first half of sustained pressure, leading at half-time by 1-0. Aberdeen restart the match, leading by that first half Eric Black goal. And St Mirren, who played in a very disciplined fashion for much of the first half, obviously happy to contain Aberdeen, will have to change their tactics somewhat, I think, if they're going to retrieve the situation. It'll be very interesting to see how they go about that. They only committed 2 men forward in the first half, Sumner and McAvenny. And the rest of the players had very clearly laid out marking roles, defensive roles. There's the Rugby taking a knock early in the second half. But just an undercurrent of ill temper involving Rugby, McAvenny and Richardson on the Aberdeen left. There's Mark McGhee. Well, not across, you'll want to remember. It's Patrick. Gets it back from Abercrombie. On the far side, Billy Stark. Forced to go back towards Fulton. Sumner playing it in. Good play from St Mirren. That looked like a foul perhaps by Simpson and Abercrombie. No, the referee allowing Kennedy to race clear for Aberdeen. Now Strachan. Thumping challenge from Abercrombie, but McAvenny now the chance on the break. McLeish is with him. Well, a good chance that for St Mirren. One of the very few they've created in the match, and Frank McAvenny looking ruefully back towards his teammates after shooting that wide. Gordon Strachan has shown no signs of fatigue after his midweek efforts for Scotland. Rugby and Simpson. Oh, that was inches over. Great effort from Neil Simpson. He's found the net 4 times already this season, and he'll seldom come much closer than that. Neil Simpson is going off. And John Hewitt is coming on. That's an adventurous change, pushing Hewitt into attack to join McGhee and Black, reducing the midfield by 1. McLeish with the free kick. McGhee's header, first touch for Hewitt. Taking on Copeland. Making room now for the cross. The great ball! Well, that should have been goal number 2 from Mark McGhee. Great play on the left from John Hewitt. Took on Copeland, got to the dead ball line, beautifully outswung cross, and McGhee really should have scored. Cooper's header picked up by McGhee. Pass back from Copeland. Back in, hustled from behind by Abercrombie. Free kick to Aberdeen. McAvenny backing off the full 10 yards, and McLeish will take the free kick. Looking for McGhee. Strachan waited. Off the crossbar. Big smile from Gordon Strachan. He enjoyed that, and so did the crowd. Look at this again. The ball in the air. He didn't challenge for the high ball. Waited till he got the break. Took it first time in a volley, and Thompson was surely beaten. Sumner to Fitzpatrick, McGhee off on the run up the right. Seemed to be clipped by McLeish. The referee gives the throw. Hewitt. Getting away from Richardson. Using his tremendous acceleration. Good cross. Well headed away by Wilson. His positioning in the box was quite excellent. But great play again from John Hewitt. Stretching the St Mirren defence with his pace in the left. Then again by Kennedy, there's Bell. Appeals for handball and a penalty kick is given. St Mirren players crowding round referee Valentine. With that deep cross from Stuart Kennedy, Bell went up for it, appeared to be blocked by a hand, and the referee instantly giving the penalty kick. So Gordon Strachan will take the kick. He scored 5 out of 5 this season already. Strachan against Thompson. 2-0 to Aberdeen. Strachan's 13th of the season. 21 minutes of the second half gone. Beautifully taken penalty kick. Driven in past Thompson's right hand, giving the keeper no chance at all. Strachan. Now Kennedy. Bell turning into McGhee. Feature of Bell's play is the speed with which he gets back whenever Aberdeen lose possession. Clark sending it forward, and Sumner is well offside. Judged by Copeland and McGhee. McGhee going through now. Appear to be caught. Masterly finishing by Mark McGhee. Splendid goal by McGhee. At the 11th of the season. And he goes on to this ball really quite superbly, because he appeared to take a knock as he went forward. Kept his head, kept his control, and as Thompson advanced, slid it beautifully past him. Abercrombie. McDougall. Richardson. McLeish. Strachan takes over. McLeish makes his way forward. There's McLeish. Now McGhee. Fitzpatrick and Kennedy clashing the throw to Aberdeen. Here's McGhee. Strachan takes it from him. Cluster of players round Strachan. Still he has the confidence to try to get to the dead ball line and get it across, but this time he doesn't make it. Headed away by Fulton as we go into the last minute of the match. We're now thinking only in terms of consolation goals. And their remarkable run of only managing 1 goal and now 6 away games in the league continues. As Abercrombie flights that in. Too high for McDougall. Kept in by Cooper for Strachan. Taking on McDougall for pace. Well, that's a marvellous pass. Hewitt in the clear. Great chance for Aberdeen. The perfect finish for Aberdeen. Hewitt with his 7th of the season in the last minute of the match, but it was all down to the pass from Gordon Strachan. The ball was kept in way out on the far side by Cooper. He played it forward to Strachan. He used the acceleration to get away from McDougall. And just look at the quality of the pass to Hewitt. And from there on, the finishing was there to match.
Well, as I say,